Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. Thanks.
Well, he just drove off, sometimes life's a cake. I ran my mouth off a bit too much, what did I say? Well, you just laughed it off.
Good morning, Skills Center. I'm Danny DeRocher with Madison Maurice, bringing you your Friday morning news.
Let's start with this week's big story. Maybe we won't have to wait until summer to go swimming. Alex has the details.
I'm in front of the Skills Center hallway, one of the many hallways here at Skills Center, and it appears to be raining cats and dogs, or just water main water. As you can see, it's coming down pretty heavily. Our student workers are hard at work here trying to contain the flood, but yeah, doesn't seem to be working out too well. Mastery, and we noticed that there was a bit of rain falling inside today. Do you want to tell us about what happened and what's happening right now?
It's the seventh seal of the apocalypse being open. Just kidding. So as you all saw, a significant amount of water let loose. It was actually, I came to find a 100-gallon hot water tank that was dedicated for laundry usage from the fourth floor came all the way down. So myself and workforce and Rocco, we have been hard at getting all the water we could up out of the floor, and then the industrial cleaners are coming fourth block today.
Okay. And when can we expect everything to go back to normal and be able to use the hallway again?
Yeah, great question. It's really going to depend how the cleanup goes. The company says we would be ready for normal operation come Wednesday, but we're going to make all effort to make sure that we can get back in tomorrow, but going to have to wait and see.
The phones, all email, and Power School stopped working too, so if you were looking for an excuse to drop out, this just might be it.
GEDs are just as good anyhow. And congratulations to Harlem Elman on her acceptance into Jamestown Community College.
A big alert from Dr. Gordon. Students are not allowed to congregate on the corner of 13th and French, or else there will be consequences.
There are still positions available for the Tony and Guy field trip to get your hair done for prom. All it takes is $5 and a conversation with Mrs. Noonan.
Mrs. and baby Osmac stopped by the Skills Center this week, and we caught them before they could escape.
Hey, Osmac. Hello. So you had a baby. So what's his name, first of all?
His name's Elijah Lewis.
Obviously healthy. How much did he weigh? And how long was he?
8 pounds, 5 ounces, and 22 long inches.
Oh, wow. Okay. So how's early motherhood been treating you? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. It was an adjustment, but he's a good baby.
Good. And when are you coming back? We miss you so much.
In 1 week.
1 week.
Juniors, if you haven't signed up for the SAT or ACT yet, do so no later than May 4th if you want to take either of those tests this year.
Seniors should have their college applications and their FAFSA completed and be finalizing their plans for the fall. If you haven't done that yet, guess what? You gotta see Mrs. Mogul. This week I spoke to Mr. Hoffman about his tips for the Keystones.
All right. Oh.
Dear Dan, so you want me to tell you how to do your best on the Keystone? Well, I got 4 simple words for you. Actually do your best. And while you're at it, do everything we've talked about this year. You know, simple stuff like eliminate obviously wrong answers, reread the entire passage, like actually rereading them, not just skimming for something that looks like an answer. Remember all those old-fashioned words that we learned? And use context clues for them big fancy words writers use sometimes, the ones you won't recognize. Memorize that 2-page note sheet I gave you. It's basically everything you need to know to analyze literature all rolled into one thing. Translate any poems they throw at you into prose so they make sense. And don't sleep, Dan. If you must, please don't snore. It disturbs the other testers. Oh, and Dan, remember this, above all. The Greeks spoke Greek. The Romans didn't speak Roman. They spoke Latin, Dan. Roman isn't a language. It's a people. All right, I know that last little bit won't be on the actual test, but know it anyway, Dan.
April's flying by, and Jada has this month's platinum pair.
There's nothing students like more than a personal teacher. This teacher goes above and beyond being super relatable and easy to approach. They haven't forgotten what it's like to be in our shoes. To put it simply, he's the man. Mr. Chambers is definitely a student's favorite.
So what's your favorite thing about Mr. Chambers?
His Kmark stories, #Osting.
So what's your favorite thing about Mr. Chambers?
Oh, Mr. Chambers. That's the A1 from the day one right there. Mr. Chambers, he's just like one of us, man. He's super relatable, very funny. He has a lot of the same interests as a lot of students here. He's very likable and very easy to get along with. And he's kind. He is so funny, but he can get serious when he needs to be.
Everything about Mr. Chambers.
He is a kind young man. He's very generous. He likes to help out a lot. He's an amazing person. We appreciate him here at Skills.
Mr. Chambers is a really amazing teacher. I remember I had him during my freshman year. He is very hardworking teacher. He's very positive. He's very happy. He's likable, and he does a great job with tutoring or ambassador program, and I really do think he deserves this.
Prom tickets are still on sale. Tickets are $8 per person or $15 per couple. You can buy them at lunch from any student government representative or an AM and PM tutorial with Mrs. Hezekowski. If you plan to invite a guest to prom that does not go to the Skills Center, you have to see Mrs. Hezekowski as soon as possible. Now, here's Haley with this week's Word of the Week.
The word of the week is hibernaculum. Study something? I'm not sure.
It's when you hide all your knickknacks.
Hibernation, but a different type of hibernation.
Potatoes.
You just spit all over the mic. It means like a spine. Like a hybrid car.
Hibernaculum means, wait a second, I don't like this background. I gotta, no, still just don't like the, ew. Okay, that's much better. Anyways, hibernaculum means protection during the winter.
DC, Jada, Alicia, Rachel, and Karen made the local news this week. They were part of a feature about the SPCP strengthening police and community partnerships. DC was interviewed throughout the piece. Great job, everyone.
The school year is almost over and everyone is ready for summer. Tensions are high, people aren't getting work done. I'm saying that like work was done in the first place. And everyone is sick of it. Some students have taken to social media to vent their frustrations.
Mrs. S., you dig into more drama than the National Enquirer.
Put me on the news.
Hashtag AB rivalry. Hashtag see your way out of it. Never.
Miss Therese just pushes the wall sometimes because she doesn't know where the buzzard is.
Why does Mr. Cassidy still shop at Abercrombie even though he's at least 45? Hashtag the earth is for the young and hashtag too old. I'm not 45, but I do like that store.
Do you really need athletic pants to sit at your computer? I mean, they're comfy, and I'm a mom, so it makes me feel good about myself.
Prom is a week from today, and by tradition, here's Mr. McCollum with this year's expectations.
Many of you may be wondering, what are the expectations when I attend prom this year? Well, I'd like for you to remember the 4 S's. The first one is security. We'd like to make sure that everyone is safe and secure during prom. School rules apply. Bringing anything that would make someone unsafe is not allowed. That would be anything in the realm of a fake weapon, any substances, anything that's controlled, even your medication. We're all going to make sure that we keep each other safe by not bringing any of these things without letting people know. The second S is going to be search. As part of security, we're going to make sure that everyone that attends prom is searched. You'll be wanded by the officers, and all your belongings will be searched, as well as your pockets. So please make sure you and your guests are prepared for this. If you're found in possession of anything that violates our security policies, you'll be asked to leave prom. You will not be given a refund. The next S is substance. If you are or appear to be under the influence of any substance, you will also not be allowed to attend prom. If you smell like marijuana, alcohol, or any other controlled substance, and you come to the door, we will not let you in and you will not get a refund. So make sure that your uncle that's driving you to prom is also being safe and secure so that you can get in. The last S is sign. It's a good idea to sign the prom pledge, making sure that you put down in writing the fact that you'll abide by these policies and also sign to show everyone that you're making prom safe and secure for everybody. A few other things to remember is that there are no refunds for prom. There's no tickets, so you won't have to hand in anything at the door. And it's very important that we respect the personnel that are there. The Manticore Club is the one that's going to be catering our meal. If you see any of those individuals serving you around, please make sure you treat them with respect, as well as the staff that are going to be there to make sure that you're safe. If you have any questions, you can always come and see me. As always, I hope prom is a good one. May the 4th be with you.
Here's your weekend's weather.
Hey, Skill Center. All right, so Friday, it's pretty warm. We got 56 with a 41 low, partly cloudy, no precipitation on Friday. Saturday, 44 with a low of 35. Scattered showers, a little cooler, but it's not snow. But there is, I'm sorry guys. There is some snow. 42 high, 36 low, possible snow. Possible is a generous word. It's pretty much we're gonna get some snow. I don't know how much. I don't know how long it'll stay. Maybe it'll be enough to break the record. That is the only positive, but it's a positive. We gotta look through this. Thanks, I can't do this. Thank you, School Center.
That'll wrap it up for this week. I'm Madison Marie Spadino DeRocher, wishing you a fun-filled weekend.
Here, there's actually no one at the door, and I find my arm automatically going over there and pushing the door bell. Sometimes when I'm home, I hear the doorbell ringing,